back to the Acoustic Shop channel. I am John. Hey guys, it is New Guitar Thursday. Cannonball! Okay. Oh, hey guys, what? I'm getting out of the door because there's a lot of light there. It is New Guitar Thursday. I'm John, and we are here. Trent is working his camera magic. We're doing this thing. Jason is here with us today, which I'm amazed at because, frankly, you guys have not been so kind to Jason, and Jason's feeling a little bit hurt. His feelings have been hurt. It's his own fault,
nah.
but he.
I got no feelings.
Anyway, Jason is here with me today. He's saying hi, and Trent's here with me. Trent lost your mic. Trent, you're not allowed a mic anymore. Is that what happened?
Well, he misused it. With microphones come a lot of power.
You gotta great power demands great responsibility. He had no responsibility and lost his great power. Is that how it works, Jake?
He let his uncle die. Spider-Man reference.
Oh my God, that's awful. Anyway, I'm glad to be with you folks here for New Guitar Thursday. As you all saw, we had a huge Eastman shipment came in, and we also had a huge Eastman shipment go back out. A lot of stuff is already sold since I saw you on Tuesday, but we're going to go over some of the stuff that is here as well as things that I know are coming in. And kind of run through it. If you guys are watching us right now, tell us where you're watching from. We always love to hear it. And again, put stuff in the comments. Jason's reading those and monitoring. He'll tell me what's going on and also give you the opportunity. I'm going to address something that has kind of showed up a few different times now. Some folks see that this is a live broadcast, and it is right now at this second. So if you're watching at 3:30 Central Time, this is live for you right now. We're doing this in live, the real deal. If you're watching this at 5:30 Central Time, it is no longer live. It was live, but it is no longer live. So I had some people that are, Jay, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's been some people that are like mad because we didn't answer their stuff on the video.
They're mad about a lot of things. They're mad about me being mean to you.
Yeah, well, you deserve that. I am a fine, nice person, and you do not need to be mean to me, Jason.
I do.
He says he does.
Anyway,
so that is the situation. We are not ignoring your comments, I promise. We're just you're not here right now, so we can't answer it. We'll answer them in the eventual, in a typing form, but we can't do it on the video, so that's
you know what I think we should do?
Yeah, what should we do, Jared?
We should catch up on comments right now.
Let's do it. Catch me up.
We got Ray from Las Vegas saying hi. We got Donald Curtis.
Viva. You know what happened in Las Vegas, guys? The Super Bowl. You know who won the Super Bowl? The Chiefs.
Somebody got their soul set on fire by bright lights is what happened in Vegas. We got Rochester, New York. Peter Rahill's there. Good to see you, Peter. From San Diego, as he posted.
San Diego, I believe is actually how it's said. You know what that is? You know what that is?
Nick's hashtag and Jason Bass broadcast. We agree with that.
We do not agree with that. You only bring that up because you
Herb's back again from Mexico. That's awesome.
That is very cool.
These songs, Who, What, and Where. That is Ofer Koren. You look him up. He's great.
Is that the new one that you were just listening to? Did you give him a new song today?
We got new music, guys. We got it online.
Awesome.
All right.
I was sitting there listening to that.
Daryl's here.
Jason's getting
Alex
it ready.
Hold on. We're still going. Alex A for Jason Bass Broadcast. Another hashtag in there. I like that.
I got cut off for that.
Guitar Ganza misspelled my name, but that's okay because he says Jason, hi from Montana. If only he would have put Bass Broadcast. Jamie's coming from Botswana again, where Mac Wiseman first saw a newsboy named Jimmy Brown and decided to sing a song about him.
That's true.
Hashtag Fun Bluegrass Facts. No. All right, for a real comment, though, before we get into this, John. Donald's asking, and we'll cut to you, seen a lot of Cocobolo lately. Do you think it is here to stay or a passing fad? Does Cocobolo require more or less care?
Cocobolo is definitely here to stay. This is not a new phenomenon. I think, here's what's going on with Cocobolo. I think everybody loved Cocobolo for as long as I've seen it being, I'd say the last 25, 30 years. people have been building it. It looks great. Now, it comes with its own issues. One being it's totally pain in the butt to work with. Every guitar builder I know just hates working with it. Two, it's hard to build it. It is so dense and so oily that it makes for a tougher to get the voicing out of it. And I think that's, again, comes back to what we're seeing in guitar building as a whole. We're seeing more boutique style builds where they take it on each individual piece, making them sound better and not just going with a generic formula to kind of build guitars with. And if you went with a generic rosewood formula, even though it's the same subspecies, Cocobolo is a form of rosewood, it is not the same. It doesn't exist the same, doesn't sound the same, and you have to treat it differently. And I think that's why it's becoming more and more acceptable in higher end builds, not just beautiful builds. And I think, again, I'm doing a lot of I thinks, but guitar building's kind of taking a couple different directions. You got the players who want to hear sounds, and you got the people who want to look at gorgeous guitars. And I think what's really awesome is now we're seeing the fact that you can build these super gorgeous guitars, and now they're able to make them sound as incredible as they look. And I do think that has been definitely making a perpetual motion here lately in the guitar world. So there's my opinion on that. I do think you're going to see a lot more of it. It's gorgeous. You know, guys, I'll show you one that I love. We just got this back from the NAMM show. They built this specifically for us. This is a Spotlight Bedell OM. We're calling this one the Heart. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It actually the wood grain came to a heart. But look at the back on this. The multicolors, we have the oranges, the purples, the blacks, the browns, the sapwood, even this purple streak that goes right in here. Gorgeous, and then ends up in this absolutely beautiful heart. So Adirondack spruce top on this, comes with an LR bags. Anthem, factory installed. And here's what's really cool about this guitar, with all those features, cutaway, everything, $54.90. They just do an amazing job. And I really do believe nobody is building a better Cocobolo sounding guitar.
It's never too late
than Bedell.
for a Valentine's Day gift.
That's true. It's
what
never too
better
late.
thing to get your sweetheart than a heart guitar?
Guitar, that's right. You're absolutely right, Jason.
Hey, John, I got a quick question for you before you get to those guitars.
I love this.
And
this is great.
It's not actually mine. It's actually Ron Atkinson. He said the Eastman E10 J45 in quotations or in brackets. Does it come with electronics?
No.
It
can. No, but it depends on which one you're talking about. If you're wanting like you said the E10, so the E10 SS. I do have one of those, by the way, on the way. I just got off the phone with Eastman today. Another batch of things is on its way through setup and all that stuff to come here. E10 SSTC, Adirondack spruce top, mahogany back inside. Thermo-cured Adirondack spruce top. We don't order most of our higher end guitars with pickups. Now, you can order it through Eastman with an LR Bags Element or an Anthem. But we could also install that, and here's my controversy for the day. Pickups. Why do we want to have manufacturers decide what pickup we want to have on it? And that's why most of the guitars, unless they specifically come with a pickup that the manufacturer insists on, we usually don't order them with one. We can get you set up with an LR Bags. We can get you set up with a Fishman. We can get you set up with K&K. We can get you set up with Shirtler. We have lots of different ones. And from each one of those brands is multitudes of different styles of pickups. Each one of them has their good thing, their not so good thing, and we want to find the thing that works best for you. So if you're telling me I'm a club player, I may lean on a K&K. If I play big stadiums, we might look at a LR Bags magnetic pickup. I don't know. It depends on what you're wanting to get out of your pickup system, and that's why it doesn't come with one here at the Acoustic Shop. You can order it with one, and then we can also install them when we do that quite regularly. Usually we get pickup installs out within a week from the time of order, so it doesn't delay it dramatically either. Did that go long enough for you, Jay?
So the short answer is we don't order the Eastman traditional series, any E-series with a pickup. We put them in.
Honestly, 90% of everything in this room does not have a pickup unless it specifically comes with one from the manufacturer, and that's their spec.
Yes. Songster, they posted on here, received my F5G thanks to EAS. Liz did a wonderful job with the K&K pickups.
We
Kinda
had
great with your style
an
of music.
F5G, guys. We had one.
Yeah.
It was only for a little while. We shipped it out. We're waiting on more. Meanwhile, I have three prepaid for F5Gs, maybe 4. So Gibson, if you're watching this, which of course you are, get us some more mandolins already. We need some more.
Getting caught up again. Nick Boardwell. Can we have a Jason takeover? We believe in him. Hashtag Jason Base Broadcast. I like this.
See, now you don't complain so much about all those negative. By the way, I do want to highlight,
You want an actual question?
If you have not yet seen last Tuesday's comment, it is my favorite one, in which I have been referred to as the face of the Acoustic Shop.
That's why my face is now on the broadcast.
Jason needs to be quiet. Look up that comment. It is an awesome comment. Everybody, please like that comment just for me and for Jason. Jason will also appreciate if that
You
gets
want a
like
real comment now,
70 likes. Please
I got in trouble
like
for interrupting John, but you know what? He needs interrupted because he won't stop talking. All right, here's a real question, John.
I'm listening.
From Ray, hi, John. Loudon does redwood walnut guitars very well.
Yes.
However, they are beyond my price point. What do you think of redwood walnut guitars? Does redwood open up the way other tops do over time?
I think redwood is, for me, what I've found redwood tops to be is less about worrying about where it opens up or where it doesn't. It kind of sits that middle spot in between a cedar top and a spruce top. And, you know, where Sitka has a little bit of a softer spruce. Redwood's a little bit softer, so it gives you that warmth of the cedar, but still gives you some of the attack and, you know, liveliness that spruce. So like I said, for me, redwood is great in that it sits in that middle zone in between the cedars and the Sitka spruce tops. So I wouldn't worry so much about how it breaks in. It's just going to be a different tonal characteristic. They do sound wonderful, by the way. I agree with you. I tend to prefer, for stylistic that I play, the spruce tops. I sometimes enjoy a cedar top, so redwood does kind of appeal to me if I had more of a fingerstyle guitar.
All right, one more, and then we can get to actually playing guitars, guys.
Okay, opening some.
We got Alex is asking, Jason, when's the podcast coming back? Alex, soon. We had to take a quick break on that. The holiday season came up. The touring season, we had September, where we did all our major trips.
That's where Jason said, will you film this? And I said, I don't have time.
No, we can't do it. But we're doing that. But in the meantime, we've got some important kind of, we won't break the full news, but there's some movement on the TV show.
Yeah, some neat
the Ozark
stuff.
Music Shop. We got some very cool, possibly huge news there. So some of our time is getting spent on that, but I've got a lot of people scheduled to come up hopefully soon on the podcast, and we're looking forward to
Totally
getting
true.
some
Here's
cool
the problem.
guests.
We get stuck in so many amazing projects, and they've been doing well, and then we're like, how
do we keep doing that?
How do we do that? That's too much stuff going on. So, yeah, TV show is still existent. It's still happening. We just got to get enough manpower to make that happen while doing the podcast, while doing the live broadcast, while letting us order stuff, while Jason gets edited things, Jeremy gets business done, and we keep talking to people and selling things. It's easy, guys. This is so easy. Right, Jay?
8 days a week.
8 days a week. That's right, Corey. You tell him, brother.
Jeremy went ahead. We appreciate this, Jeremy. He went ahead and posted the comment from the last broadcast. Do you want to read it, John? You want to go ahead?
Go
I'll
ahead.
read
You
it.
read it because I can't see.
Jason, please stop being so incredibly rude to John. No one wants to hear your sibling banter.
True.
Save it for family time or non-business time.
Yes.
John is the face of the Acoustic
The
Shop.
face.
You all have roles that contribute, so stop the rudeness and interruptions. It's not becoming of you. Discount prices, pricing, it's not everything. So we went to that, but that's not part of this. So
It's my favorite one. Please, everybody.
keep on doing what you're doing, except Jason. Be nice to John, at least when presenting.
Yes, I love it. Please, everybody go to Tuesday's live broadcast and like that comment. It's not going to change anything. Jason's going to be him. It doesn't offend me. Honestly, I'm not upset about it at all. But I do think it would be, just as a favor
Alex,
to me, please
apparently,
like that one.
Alex has a contender for my new favorite guest or listener, follower, Nick Boardwell. He's giving me some good love here. Jason lives in another dimension. He is time. He is space. He is our savior. Jason Base Broadcast. I like Nick.
I think it is.
I love this. All right. Kitty Shack Tracks received my Eastman E20 SSTC TC NAT today. Awesome sound. Very happy with it. You guys continue to impress. That's why I come back for a second guitar. I love it.
I love it too. All right, we should probably talk about some guitars.
We should.
All right, I'm going to start with the three Bedells because they haven't got enough love. They haven't actually made it onto the showroom yet. We've been so busy getting stuff together. But these came back. For you to know, we had 4 guitars from the NAMM show. All of them were great from Bedell. We had the Showstopper. It sold the day after we finally got it photographed and done. It is out of here. That was incredible. This was a top-of-the-line, ultimate Bedell guitar. But since then, I got in a Bedell Bahia Dreadnought. This guitar is probably the most affordable Brazilian rosewood guitar that is out here. This does have a price of $69.90. Has papered Brazilian rosewood. Look at this. Gorgeous. They got the well lined up sapwood on here. Beautiful black lines. Brazilian on the sides. I love when it has these highlight spots in here. Koa wood binding. Adirondack spruce top with the spalted maple purfling in here. Just gorgeous. This one does have the dark age toner on this. The Bahia model does. But these sound great. Waverly tuners, gold-plated Waverly tuners. They look good. All right, check this out, guys. Again, I want to point this out one more time. How about that right there? That's my my tone slab. Jason. If he had a Broncos pick, he'd
We
be
got
all over
Holland
it,
watching
so.
here, John. Be careful what you say. I don't know what that means.
There you go right there, a Brazilian rosewood guitar at that price, almost unheard of. So that is available. I believe it is on our website right now so that you can go pick it up. It comes in these great Ameritage cases. These are fantastic as well.
Chris Gallardi is asking, speaking of NAMM actually, that seems the last time we saw Janelle. Where has she been hiding? She's hard work. She's working hard.
right.
Actually, she brought up that point. She's when we were talking about my
Nobody's
nice
been
comment.
nice to her.
No, people are nice to her. She said, "Well, at least nobody has forgotten that you exist since you're not on live stream."
It's a good job, Chris.
So, thanks, Chris.
You made a lady
Janelle
feel
to
better.
Be remembered. She's working. She's working hard. I just took over because I was bored.
Speaking of,
Hold on. Nick's back with a fun fact. Jason donates his whole salary to help feed the homeless. He's a stand-up guy. I agree. Jason-based broadcast. We got a yeah, baby. How about them Chiefs? I'll give that to you. I'll pass over it.
Oh, I love it. I love that Jason's here for this. By the way, I want to point out the best part about Sunday night was that John Elway had to give the Chiefs their trophy while the team was celebrating inside the Raiders locker room. Come on, that is the greatest Chief news in the entire world.
Nobody cares.
Elway had to give them their trophy.
Hey, let's answer a question.
All right, go for it.
Janonymous is back on here. Good to see you. What's the difference between Sitka European and Addy Tops, Johnny?
All right, Sitka European and Addy Tops. They are all different types of Sitka. Different types of spruce. They do have different hardnesses and also different tonal variants.
Due to the hardness.
Huh? Due to their hardness. Yeah, absolutely. And also, it's just great because I'm assuming since they're calling it European spruce, European spruce is a close relative to Engelmann spruce. Very, very similar characteristics. So sometimes you will see people call Engelmann spruce European spruce, even though it's Engelmann. It's from the West Coast.
Isn't it about the time in which the tree grows also that it is what contributes to the hardness of them, the speed in which they grow? Addy grows slow
yes,
and harder.
It does. Yes, I mean, yes, definitely.
Sitka quicker
Absolutely.
and more or less dense.
Now, tonally, I'll talk about that probably easier because I'm not going to be a wood expert. But tonally, Sitka has become your standard. Since 1940, what was it, 46 or 44? Straighten me out, Tyler. What was the year that was switched over from Addy? 44?
It
happened in 46.
Six.
A couple months into 46.
That's right. See, that's why I got my team.
Can I pause for a second?
ahead,
We
yes.
just got a comment from a avid follower here. His name would be Corey Kirkland. As he's walking through the shop, I see this comment, and he's asking what your favorite Power Ranger is. We'll get back to that, okay? But I just wanted to point out the fact that he walked behind me right as I see his
As
comment.
the comment gets live, I got you.
All right, back to Addy.
Sitka spruce, much more abundant than the red spruce or Adirondack spruce. So Martin and a lot of companies switched over in that mid-40s time period and has become the standard for almost every guitar out there. It's a very great sounding wood and was very close relative to red spruce. So for most people, that was a really good alternative. Then people kind of got back to what made those pre-war guitars sound the way they do, red spruce or Adirondack spruce. It is stiffer, you can build it thinner, and that makes for a more lively sounding guitar. You will tend to hear more volume, more punch, and quicker response out of an Adirondack spruce top than you will a Sitka. Sitka's a little bit more laid back, a little bit more mellow in the mid-range. Then you go to the Engelmann. It will be bigger and darker sounding, so you'll hear this really big low end, but not as much of that top end on there. So if you're looking for a guitar that wants a little bit more of the boomy bottom end, Engelmann. Sitka's kind of become the standard, so we just call that our control, and Adirondack gives you a little bit more power and punch. Does that all work, Jay?
Sure.
As a short answer? Short-ish answer. All right, this guitar is gorgeous. I want to cover this. The Bellissima's in there too. If somebody wants us to pull that out, the new redesigned Bellissima. But this is a limited edition guitar, again from NAMM. This one is called, what do they call this one?
Fireside.
No, this is a Fireside, Red Cedar and Brazilian. I think that's what they called it, is Red Cedar and Brazilian. Red Cedar top that is gorgeous. I love this purfling that they did, and they did it all the way through the through the fretboard. I love the fretboard extension that's scalloped. It looks great. Has Brazilian rosewood binding on it. I like this particular set of Brazilian. We just could not pass up. This sapwood looks great. Really, really dark center, chocolatey color with these beautiful sapwood lines. Just looks great. And then again on these upper end Firesides, this gloss finish that fades into a matte finish all the way through and turns back into a gloss finish in order to finish off that look that goes all the way through the peg head. Stunning looking guitar, stunning sounding guitar as all. What a great guitar. This is just smooth, beautiful. Love that one. So we also got in a Bellissima, so if anybody wants to see that one as well. The price on this guitar, this is a limited build, and it is $89.90. Speaking of Bedell, by the way, Jason, I have a new top secret project. We got two pieces, two sets of Babinga that are extremely flamed.
Babinga.
Babinga.
That's a funny name.
Anyway, not Bazinga, but Babinga.
I don't watch that show.
And I got these sent photos to me. We're going to be building another Fireside parlor that's going to be absolutely gorgeous. They're the most beautiful. Very close relation to the Nicaragua rosewood that we did, that parlor, which we had two of them. Ragwin, it's from
Past
Nicaragua.
tense. It's past tense.
Okay, thank you for straightening that out.
Past tense in all the buildings in Nicaragua.
Okay. Anyway, there was only two of those that they had. They have no more. I had a customer actually contacted me to see if they could get one, and in place they sent me these photos, and I'm like, whether or not he decides he wants to build it, I'm building them. They are incredible sets, and it's going to look, and I know sound amazing because they're very, very close relatives. So,
Hey, speaking of Bedell,
Yep.
Donald Curtis has a question for you. John, does Bedell still produce the 1964 in Sitka mahogany?
No.
It was on their web at $21.90 about 6 months ago.
I don't believe they do. You can probably order it as such, but the 1964 is now an Adirondack spruce mahogany combination. That said, I have 2 in stock that are exclusive builds for the Acoustic Shoppe, Adirondack spruce top, done in the light vintage tone or 1 3/4 fret or nut width.
There it is.
Has a Evo fret wire, and this one also has the upgrade of a pearl logo over the brass one. These are specifically for this. You have a different label in them that says specifically for the Acoustic Shoppe, but this is a design that I find most players a combination that most players really, really love. That Evo fret wire works really, really well. That one has the right label in it, right, Trent? I sure hope it does.
All right.
Anyway,
While he's showing that off,
exclusively for the
can we do a
Acoustic
bit of a
Shoppe.
comment sprint again here?
Just
We
do
got to catch
it.
back up.
Hit me.
We haven't got to, hold on. Let me get back down to this. It keeps shifting on me. We haven't got to Corey's question. What is your favorite Power Ranger, John?
Pink.
Pink? I don't remember the names.
That's all I know.
All right. John Hicks, he asked this at the end of the, right at the last of
Voltron.
yesterday.
That's my favorite Power Ranger.
That is not a Power
Voltron.
Ranger. All right. John actually asked this at the end of yesterday's live stream after we got offline. I saw it in there as we were closing down. John Hicks. Hi, guys. John from Little Rock. Question from yesterday, but I don't think it got answered regarding Eastman guitars. So we're going to answer it now. I keep hearing you say that they are handmade or hand-built. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Again, I actually just went over this with a customer that was in here. There's 3 major distinct types of building when it comes to acoustic guitars right now. There's mass-produced guitars. And those are guitars that are from some of the biggest companies out there, Epiphone, Alvarez, and Yamaha, and all that. Recording King, I could go on and on. Those are guitars that are pretty much built to a spec. And in doing so, they build most all the tops at the same thickness, the same bracing, the same, all the woods and stuff are pretty much the same, and they just run a big run of them and run them through. Now, they build a great guitar because they've done multiple years of research in order to come up with really good formulas to build those guitars. But there's still going to be much more variance in a mass-produced guitar. You can end up with an amazing sounding one and a less than amazing sounding one. But you've got to have a space in between here that would formulate the sound difference between various different mass-produced guitars. Then you get into the hand-builts. Now this is where they kind of hand-select. Realize that every single piece of wood is different. So you can take the same slice from a tree and take the next section of it, and it is different. Grade and width is wider apart, tighter together. It's going to make for stiffer or more flexible tops, wood, back and sides, all that kind of stuff. There's so much variance there. So now they kind of hand select and hand build, and they take into account all those factors and build the guitars accordingly. Some of the bigger companies like Martin and those they will grade those, very stiff. I'm giving very general examples here. Stiff, more flexible, and they will build guitars based on those characteristics, and they're listening to each individual piece of wood as much as they possibly can while getting a lot of numbers out. Third style is boutique style guitars, and that's where we get into our Bedells, Bourgeois, and all of those. And that's where they actually tap tone and listen to every single piece of wood and build accordingly. They're listening to it. They change bracing according to that. They will lighten up a bracing or move things around and just try to get the most out of those. And it's amazing to watch a luthier that's really, really good at tap toning and voicing instruments. That is a whole nother level. What's really amazing about Eastman, since that was how it started, they are not only a hand-built company, but they are also tap tuning and voicing guitars on an individual basis in a price point that is pretty darn amazing. So that's that in a nutshell. Man, I'm cramming stuff in here today.
All right, next one. Adam Aldridge wants to know, do we have any guitars that smell like peanut butter?
Yes. No. Only because Corey played them.
Yeah. All
right.
We did. I did.
We did.
I did. I said pink, but it's actually Voltron.
All right, focus before I get mad at you and get people angry at me. All right, Brian Martin wants to know, when choosing a guitar, is tight grain spruce or wide grain spruce preferable? This is a good question that I've heard a million times over.
All right, so this is controversial. Everybody has their. I'm going to give you my opinion. I've noticed that a wider grain is going to be more flexible. Again, if you're getting a builder who does their own voicing, it will, they're going to build accordingly, right, to kind of voice act to go. In my opinion, and this is going to be controversial here, I'm less worried about tight or wide, but how even it is. I prefer an even grained top all the way across in order to have a more stable transition of vibration all the way across it. I do tend to notice that wider grain ones, again, depending on how it is built, tend to have a little bit more low end or more boominess, where a tighter grain is going to be stiffer and it'll be a little bit, brighter. But again, if the builder is building for that, they'll build that tighter one, thinner, wider one. They will build a little bit thicker in order to kind of fight that back and get
There's some wide grain.
Some very wide grain. And usually, most builders prefer to find stuff that is tighter and wide, or tighter and even, in order to have a more consistent top. So grade-wise, a wide top, especially one that runs out on the edges, is a less grade. Now again, I know a lot of players that look for those and they prefer that sound. And again, they are right, just as much as I am right, except I'm more right than they are right.
All right. We're not sprinting, so let's get our running shoes on.
All right,
here, Johnny. All right, Ridiculous Wonk wants to know, what body shape do you recommend for best all-rounder, dread shape, shoulder dread, grand auditorium, looking at Eastman Yamahas, preferably with pickup. That Bedell is stunning, though.
All around, this is a divide thing. If you are a finger picker and you want an all-around as part of that, I would say OM. But if you're just a general guitar player, most people tend to lean on dreadnoughts, except for the bigger size and comfort. You do sacrifice there, but it's the most common body shape for a reason. It's just so versatile. It does just about everything. Not a great finger picker, though. So if I was also part in the finger picking world, I'd lean a little bit more towards an OM. Grand auditoriums are great too, a little bit different. It depends if you're looking for a traditional sound versus more of a modern sound. The grand auditorium is a great, more modern sound, whereas I would say an OM would be a much better choice for a traditional sound. There's no wrong answer here, guys.
There is no wrong answer.
There is no wrong answer here.
All right, Charlotte Freeland's on here.
Hey, Charlotte. Your
Hey,
guitar
friends,
is
do you
waiting
still
for
have
you.
It's
waiting for you.
Do you still have the new Atkin White Rice? I'd like to hear it. I think it needs to come home with me. We
It's
agree.
waiting for you. It's a monster. I hid it in the back. Charlotte called me and said she's interested in this guitar.
Charlotte.
So I hid it in the back of the wall so it would be less apt to get sold from underneath her. And I have it right here. This is a white rice. I'm going to go to this stool, Trent. With a heavily relicked or aged finish. He calls it heavily aged finish. It does have the finish checks, but they did the extra wear, and he does such a great job of this. I think them and Pre-War are, to me, the best two companies for realistic wear patterns. Everything on here looks real all the way around, the marks and stuff. And then this one just sounds fantastic on top of that. So I didn't hide it enough. It's got a little bit of dead strings, but I think Kelly Freeland was playing it.
If I was a guitar player and I was buying a guitar, that's the one I'd buy.
It is pretty awesome.
Just like that. I think it would give me some guitar credibility having it looking like that.
It's fantastic.
You get some of that credibility.
It's a really good one. I do think, knowing you, I think this is totally up your alley. It's got a lot of the darkness that you like in your Martin style guitars with some of that modern edge. And plus it looks cool on top of all that. So,
All right.
yeah,
John Hicks has
fantastic
another
guitar. Make it
question.
happen.
John.
What?
John Hicks. I think he means plecked. Are your hiring guitars plucked before you receive them? I think he means plecked.
Not as of yet. We
Not
are
all of
looking at investing.
Well, before we receive
Okay.
them. So
Oh.
some of the brands are plecking them. Bourgeois has a pleck machine now.
Yes, they
I
do.
don't think Alistair has one.
No, they don't.
Boucher does not.
Boucher does not.
Bedell's looking into it. I know that.
Bedell is looking into it, has not done it yet. I would say there's a far majority that don't have a Plek machine yet in the brands that we carry right now. And the reason behind it's very expensive. It's a very expensive deal. It does a great job, but it's hard to justify. That said, the acoustic shop's looking at doing this, and it's
There's
one
a
of the
good chance
investments.
every guitar that leaves, every guitar, mandolin, and banjo
Will at least
will
have the opportunity to leave Plek, if not automatically. And we're working out the numbers of what is feasible money-wise to make that happen. But it is definitely a very great thing that
We
can
believe in the
be
Plek.
done. Yeah, I know
what-
Martin's doing it now. There's a really cool, when we went and interviewed Dana Bourgeois about getting one in, he was very reluctant to bring one in. He said, I just don't know. I have the greatest guys in the world to do this. But what he found was that he's saving his guys their arms, their backs, their everything, and getting more production out of it, and it does a good or better job at making sure fretwork is good.
It's just efficient.
It just makes sense.
All right. Nick Bordwell has another question for you, John.
Okay.
He says, John, why do you think Jason is so much better than everyone? Hashtag Jason Bates.
God almighty. He only shares those kind of comments. I know he does. I know.
I'm
he
just
does.
reading them as they come. Alex is asking, did we
liar.
move Liz's layer? Yes, she is now over in the shipping building, so she can be closer to shipped instruments.
That's right.
John, Jeff's asking to show the double OSS. Do you
I will
have
do
one?
that. Yeah, I do. I'll get that in just a minute.
Well,
Because I'm in here with mandolin, so I want to cover up
Well, I
mandolins.
want you to walk.
It's New Guitar Thursday.
Hey, John, don't make me fight with you online.
We're doing this first. All right. Mandolins came in. Bourgeois M5F is in stock. I think I have two of these. They're fantastic mandolins. Everybody that's played them knows that. So those are great. I also want to cover real quick. I'm not going to talk about it too much. The 815 varnish is working its way over here. Oh, we do have it. We had two of these yesterday. We only have one of them today. These are great too. Violin varnish has some of that relicking in there, hand rubbed.
Jeremy played that yesterday.
Yeah, they're fantastic. What a fantastic mandolin. A standard 815 is in stock right now. Also want to cover this real quick. The MD 515 BK Limiteds. This is a limited batch that has Adirondack spruce tops instead of the standard Sitka on a 515. I think I've got 3 of these that came in, or 2 left, I don't remember. But these have been selling as well, so if you're looking for one, grab them while you can. Again, remember, all Eastman stuff right now is running 24 months of 0% financing right now. So
Alex is asking about the round sound hole mandolin. That's
I've got one. I got a 50 or a 404.
404.
This is the MD 404. Very Gibson-like. Look at that. All that cool tiger striping flame. We're getting so much flamed mahogany coming out of Eastman right now. This is a Sitka spruce top, but built to be very similar to the turn of the century, 19-teens, 1920s, A-style mandolins. Mahogany back and sides, that's what Gibson was using. Short necks. These only go up to, I think, the 6th before the heel comes in, or 7th fret, sorry, before the heel comes in.
That was terrible.
Also having a 515cc TV, fantastic mandolin. All right, now we can go talk about double O's.
All right. I got a question as you're walking.
All right, hit me with
Tetsi
it.
wants to know, is there a difference between Alpine and European?
Alpine and European spruce, yes, there is. Alpine spruce, there was a limited batch of those that were done by Eastman, and also a lot of companies are using them. Alpine spruce is even closer to the red spruce, not quite as stiff. In my opinion, tonally, it kind of falls in that in-between Sitka and Adirondack, leaning further on the Adirondack. So it has some of that transient response, but a little bit more mellow version of that. Alpine is a great option in tops. As is German spruce, which we talked about that with the Tony Rice guitar. Well, there's a cool video
So
coming
much
out
spruce.
very soon, guys. I almost gave away too much.
Jeff
Jay.
Simpson's asking, why don't John play the fiddle? Because he's bad.
I used to play more fiddle, but yeah, not right now. I still play some now.
Hey, John, here's a good question from Nick. It's not about me either. I'm sorry. Thanks for mixing it up there, Nick. Would the Iris guitar be considered hand-built or boutique?
Iris is a
Boutique.
It's a boutique hand-built. They're hand-built and boutique.
But you classified it early as 3 different things.
Yes, you are correct. Yes, it would definitely be a boutique style build. That's what makes them so cool. Is Iris
Limited
is doing
numbers,
that
hand-built all the way
by
through.
not making super fancy appointments. They're able to give you that boutique level American build at a more affordable price with incredible wood selections. And I think that's what makes Iris super special.
We got a message from the Mission Control at the Acoustic Shop. 120 people watching and only 44 likes. Can we get more likes?
That's just
Come on, guys.
sad.
Can we get some
on.
likes?
You guys,
Give
you
it to
guys are
me.
gonna make you're gonna make the doves cry.
Why do you think the Bedell Koa parlor has been there so long? Is stunning, but out of my price range. That might be why.
It's not inexpensive. It is
everybody's
probably
guitar.
one of the most gorgeous Koa guitars out there. That set was just awesome when we
don't
picked it out.
sell that many Koa guitars either. That's kind of
I've picked some out, and I think they're really cool, but most of our buyers are not big Koa people. Taylor buyers, they're big Koa people.
Here's a quick answer. That
I thought
you
we were
can give
answering
me.
this.
Here's a quick answer you can give me though.
Okay.
We got 1,000 questions here that I got to get through, John. Do you know if the Eastman E3OM Deluxe is full scale or short scale? Yes or no?
3.3 OM. I'm going to assume it's going to be 25 and 0.4. All the OMs lately have been coming in at that. Can you check, Tyler, for me of what Eastman says the spec is on it? I think they've got it on their site right now.
Charlotte's coming next week to get that guitar. That's awesome.
OMs lately have all been moving. What I'm more curious about, I know the E1 OM, the E1 Special is, the E1 Deluxe is at a full 25.4, so I'm assuming that the E3 is probably too. Now they're redoing it. And what I'm real curious about, which I haven't done the measurements, is now are the new standard E20s, E10s going to start being at a 25.4 scale length?
Website says E3OM is 24.9, according to their website.
Okay, but the Deluxe.
Oh, the deluxe, sorry. I thought you
Yep, he was close. He was going to give me the old E3 spec. But somebody asked about the slope shoulder. This is the E10 SSV, 00 SSV varnish. Look at this back.
24.9 again.
Is it saying that? Okay. I will
24.9 if
be
you
honest,
didn't hear that.
I assume it's going to be a 25.5. I know it says that spec, but I'm not sure that they will know until they arrive. So that's one thing. I've seen this in the past, and to be honest, it could end up being a 25.4, and I would bet it will. I may be wrong. I'd love to tell you I have a definitive answer. I don't.
Jeremy
I'm gonna
just posted
play with you
McPherson.
McPherson, what about it?
I don't know. He's excited about it.
This is probably one of the best SSVs, 00 SSVs we've had.
You're not just saying that, are you?
Huh?
You're not just saying that, are you?
I'm not. There's a cool depth to this. It's super lively. Feels very vintage.
To be honest, that sounds like sales talk to me.
Pretty killer. I'm gonna be quiet right now. Tyler's on the phone. I'm ruining his phone conversation.
Yeah.
Hey,
John?
Yes, sir.
Chris Gallardi has a good suggestion. I agree with him.
All right.
He wants to see at some point if you could do a segment on with examples of guitars with various neck shapes and talk about your preferences and whatnots.
God,
Your
it's so
thoughts.
hard because there's so much variance in different ones. But I like the idea. Let's talk about different neck shapes. I got a guitar that I want to show off real quick. This came in as an E1 OM special in the new batch. Look at this. Look at the sides and look at the back.
You're always, I think it's one of those things, just try a few different options and whatever you think sounds best for you.
There's so much cool figure in here, and when it hits the right light, it's just awesome. This one's serial number, by the way, 4102 if you're looking online. I love the specials. These are limited batch. When they go to an end, the next best thing will become the deluxes. They won't have this quilted sapele and some of the other cosmetic features. I did just find out I've got a batch coming, another order of things coming from Eastman today that I just found out about today. One of the things in there is one E20D MRTC, has not been spoken for yet. So if you are looking for a Madagascar Rosewood Dread, we have one of them on their way on this next order that is going through the shop. E4000 Sunburst is going to be in there. That's pretty cool.
I like that I was sitting here reading comments with my camera on.
Were you? And everybody's just sitting here looking at like an old man over the rim of your glasses.
Hey, I'm not the one that has transitions there, buddy.
I don't have transitions. I do have progressive.
Progressive,
lenses.
sorry.
Yeah.
I
use a contact, just one.
I'm so old I forgot what they're called.
That's what I
All right, John.
Yes.
We got a question from Alex Jones from Wilmington, North Carolina. How you doing, Alex?
Is it the Alex Jones? Is he like running conspiracies?
No, I don't think so.
You think? Maybe?
I don't think so. Do y'all still have he says Eastwood, but he means Eastman AC222 or AC822 CE in stock.
I do have an 822 CE in stock. Coming up towards it.
He's wondering if it's a viable alternative to a Taylor 914 CE.
I think it's definitely not as much bling as the 914, but yes, a viable alternative. What I like about this is I know they're using, I think, a Adirondack spruce top on this particular one. 822 and 922 is are pretty much the builder's choice on this. They come up with some extra bling. I personally love this because I love this more delicate inlay. Not all the abalone in here, where the 900 series, both from Taylor and from Eastman, have a lot more. Now that said, I have a 922 also on its way in this next batch. But what I like about this is rosewood arm bevel, tone port on the side, and this comes factory with an LR Bags Anthem already installed in the 822. Fantastic sounding guitars.
Alex, give us a call.
I do love them.
We can even set up a little bit of a Zoom call with you.
Yeah.
And they can test out some guitars, play it for you. Definitely give us a call.
Yeah, we'll definitely
You know the
make that
number.
happen.
It's on the screen. Well,
Yep,
not,
and
not at this moment.
922 is going to be on its way as well. So if you're wanting something that's even more in that realm, that one is on its way very shortly.
Hey, we got two really great questions, or one comment. Casey's in the thing. She said, thanks for being dead yesterday. She had a great time.
I got to hear only parts of that, but Casey was singing really good, and you guys sounded awful. So
Thanks. Shut up. Jamie has a great question. What guitar in the shop do you think a vampire would like to play? That's important.
I don't know.
Rhett's asking, is there a possibility of a D55 in the near
I found
future?
it.
Do you think he's talking about an Atkin?
A D what?
55.
Guild, I bet.
Oh, Guild?
Don't have one in stock.
We don't have one in
This is your
stock?
vampire guitar, right here. Gloss black over.
Jamie
satin.
says Casey should get a free guitar for filling in yesterday. No.
No.
Oh, Jeremy. That's what Jeremy was talking about. McPherson's are plecked.
Yes, Jeremy was right. McPherson's are
Good
plecked.
golly,
They are plecked to probably the ultimate level too. They do really. There are different levels of pleck, by the way.
John,
Yes.
Lorenzo would like to know, would you rather
Lorenzo.
choose a Yamaha LL16 or the new Alvarez LD70E?
That's a really tough question for me. Mainly because I didn't get to spend enough time with the LD at all, the laureates. I was in a very, very loud room. What I could hear, I was extremely impressed. If tone-wise they are very, very similar, I will be honest, my eyes are a big difference there, and with that very traditional look that is kind of slightly modern on the Alvarez, that's probably my pick. I know that sounds silly because I could sell you an LL16, but I personally, I gotta admit that there is some cosmetic things.
Visual bias.
Yeah, I have a little bit of visual bias there. I like the LL16 a ton. I really do. But I pointed out the things that I didn't like about it in our review, and most of them were cosmetic issues that I just was not a big fan of.
John's very vain and shallow.
I am very vain.
He's the
No, there
shallow
were
Hal
things-
of guitars.
They were things that weren't necessarily about tone, but how they were built. I pointed out that I don't like the way they did the binding that goes into the peg head, and there's little things that they do that I'm just, guys, I think they could have done better. But if
Well,
you
some
want a
people
great
like it.
sounding guitar, it's fantastic.
Different
It really
strokes
is.
for
It
different
plays
folks.
great. It sounds great. It's truly cosmetic things that probably would make me lean on the other one.
Here's an interesting question, John, from Ted.
Yep.
Would you say that up until recently the Eastman OMs would be more accurately referred to as triple O's?
That would be fair to say. But in my opinion, they shouldn't even be called triple O's because in my opinion, Martin shouldn't have called the 14 fret a triple O. They should have called it a 14 fret triple O, not just triple O. I think a triple O actually should have been a 12 fret body, short scale at that body size. And OM was designed to be the first 14 fret triple O with a long scale in order to make it louder, orchestra model, and that would be an OM. So in honesty, I'm going to argue that neither one of them are right.
If I'd have known, your answer would have
Jake
been
just
that
went,
long.
"Bleh."
If I'd have known, your answer would have been that long. I would have never asked that question.
That said, you
We
are
got-
correct. The new ones now, the old Eastmans, are going to be spec'd like a Martin 14 fret triple O, and now they're moving more towards an OM in their
You know
new
what?
spec.
You made a long answer even longer. Thanks.
I did.
Jamie and Casey are conspiring to start a GoFundMe because, in Jamie's words, he's going to start a GoFundMe for Casey's new guitar because I have a feeling they're too cheap to get it. And I disagree with that. We're not too cheap. We just don't like Casey that much.
If there was anybody that was too cheap, it's Casey. Man, those
Yeah,
people,
buy a guitar.
They will drive a car until it's like falling apart and won't spend
Let's
their
not
money
attack.
on anything.
All right, let's not personally attack people on here. It's only each other that we can attack. All right, Herb Michael is
Love you,
asking.
Kelly
He's
Casey.
the guy in I don't know how to explain it. Oaxaca, Mexico.
Okay?
I don't know
Extaca?
how to say it. Extaca.
Staka.
He's asking were any OMs coming in with Addy top and mahogany.
Run that by me again?
OMs with Addy mahogany.
Yeah, I've got the E10 OM in here right
We
now.
got a Country Boy on order.
I have one here.
have
We
one?
have a
I thought we
Bourgeois
sold it.
Country Boy Touchstone. That's Sitka though. That's not Addy.
Oh, it's not.
Country boy.
I do have. That's not an OM though.
Oh, yeah.
That's dread.
He's looking for OM. I'm trying to think what. Oh, we have the. No, that's not mahogany. That's rosewood. Gosh, I'm going through them all in my head. Mahogany OMs with Addy. The only thing I've got is the E10.
Do we have a Boucher?
Yes. Good call, Tyler. Boucher. I do have a Boucher with the. It's a 41, I believe. SG41V. This is a cool guitar. All right, I want to talk about what makes their packs unique. SG41, Studio Goose 41 would normally have the mahogany back and sides and an Adirondack spruce top. Now this one is a V pack, so they added the V, which means it gets a torrefied Adirondack spruce top, and they go to Open Gear tuners and has the squared peg head on here. Also gets a slightly larger sound hole. So this is a really cool pack to add to the SG 41. Gorgeous guitar, super lightweight. I'm holding this guitar and it like weighs nothing. And still, Boucher guitars right now are so much of value. This guitar prices at $48.10 for a boutique, fully on boutique level guitar. Speaking of which, we got one in here right now that's used that is also great to have in here. There's a used Boucher OM, or is this a triple O? I'm not sure. This is a SG51, so it is an OM. Rosewood back and sides. This is the BV. So this has a vintage pack and a burst pack, both. So it has the burst on it and the vintage pack in a rosewood, Indian rosewood sides and back configuration. Used. So we do have that in here. That is a consignment and definitely worth checking out as well. Next, Jay.
I'm working on it.
I do have some really cool, interesting news. I just got off the phone with Elliot Capos, Scott Elliott, who runs them. We are going to be seeing all our capos start to come in on a much more regular basis. He has created a production schedule for us that we will see. So if you're looking for a particular one, let me know. We should be seeing, he said, our McKinney order that we have been doing, it's going into buffing on Monday. He thinks it might be shipped by the end of next week. So that would be really cool. And we'll have McKinney's, but we'll have all of them in. And I talked to him, we're going to have a lot more radius. So we're going to have a 17-inch radius for you Callings people. And we will start stocking 15-inch radius for all the Taylor people. Even though you're not welcome in a, you know, somebody claimed that, Jay, that I don't believe Taylor, I'm a Taylor hater. We just don't carry them. That's all. I've never been a hater.
He's a tater hater.
I'm a tater hater, not a
Hey,
Taylor
John,
hater.
Rick Barber's wanting to know, do we have an E1 OMSP and can we hear it?
E1 OMSP, yes.
Yeah, I think
I
we
was
do.
just holding it.
I know.
It was beautiful.
I had to just pretend like I didn't know what I'm talking about.
You can't be a Taylor hater if you like Travis Kelce.
There you go. No, this is a.
What about a
Luther
Haler
series.
tater?
This is the E1.
How about that, John?
A what?
A Haler tater.
A Haler tater? I don't know what that means.
But you're one of them.
Whatever. Whatevs. This guitar is stunning. I'm serious. Whoever gets this particular one,
Rick wants
is
to
gonna
hear it.
end up with a dandy.
Hey, there's Liz.
Liz is here. She come
See,
over from
she's
next
not-
door.
She doesn't have to stay over there.
Look inside the sound hole, Trent. See if you can get that shot down inside the side wall down there. As a player,
Which finger are you using?
this is this is what you would see by looking inside this guitar. This absolutely beautiful figured sapele as you're playing it right through the sound hole. Can you see it, Trent? I hope you can. Oh, come on, you can do it. You can do it, Trent. You can do it. All right, maybe
Bye,
not.
Liz.
See you, bye, Liz. It is beautiful to see all this beautiful figuring from the inside of the guitar, non-finished.
I defy you to find
Still
a better
ringing.
guitar for the price.
For that price, $779, I believe. Am I right on this?
I dare you.
Yeah, $779. Holy smokes. Come with a very nice padded gig bag. This looks gorgeous. I really do love the herringbone around the rosette. That's my favorite design, and I love the 12th fret inlay too. It's basic, but it's just a little bit stepped up. It's a cool guitar. The E1 specials. I'm gonna be sad when these go away, Jay. I really am.
Tell them never to go away.
The E1 Deluxes are also here in stock right now. We do have E1 OM Deluxes in stock. We have E1Ds in stock. We have AC122 Deluxes in stock and AC222 Deluxes in stock.
I think this is a throwback from when you were talking about Yamahas. Jamie stated that he likes the LO Cool J.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Why do you encourage him? That's what I want to know. This is the problem.
Randy McGeorge is on here. Let's not
Hey!
elaborate on what the problem is.
What the problem?
Randy's on. Asking if the tone hole on the side can be added. That's an interesting question. It
You
can be
could.
done. We have a friend who did it on his D18 with a router and a template.
Is she talking about this guitar?
No, I think on the side. No, I think it was from earlier at Soundport.
Yeah.
Talking about
but you
sound
could,
ports.
if you want a sound port, there is a Luthier series of this guitar that does have the sound port and it has even more
I
quilted.
think this might have been from
sapele.
earlier, but yeah.
But yeah,
The
it does
answer
have a
is
sound
it
port.
can be done.
Yes.
There's even ones with little trap doors that you could slide, close, and open.
I like it. Mario Pru came up with this
Yeah, that's
idea to
cool.
have this like little door that opens up and closes for when you want to hear it and when you don't want to hear it.
All right.
All right.
Christopher Kino is asking, when is the big remodel of the showroom happening? Hints onto what it'll look like. Bigger.
a while.
Yeah,
This is a big project.
This
We
year
aren't really
project.
meaning to release it. Somebody just asked us about it, and I don't want to really talk too much about it because then it'll be a big disappointment when it takes forever for us to do it.
Well, it's going to take a while. Building buildings takes a while.
It does. It'll be a little while. We will share designs as we get closer and
Yeah.
moving through what is going to be. But yes, hopefully then we'll have even more brands to showcase for you guys. And maybe some of these guys who are holding out on us that won't let us carry their guitars, maybe they will. I don't know. We're going to find out.
All right, next question. Donald Curtis. Why do Eastman parlors have wide nut and beefy necks?
Because they're trying to build it more like the original ones. Again, this is the traditional side of it. Those that really like the single O's and double O's, 12 fret variant, are also used to that bigger, wider neck that was traditional of those. If you're looking for something that's different, now that said, we got the E1P Classics. Those are super cool. I don't have one in stock. We sold them all, but I do have more of those coming too. E1P Limiteds in Classic. Those have an 1 11/16 nut with. So
All right.
that's pretty cool.
I like that. Kyle Bell's asking, did you get the new pick guards for the TS guitar? Not yet. We're waiting on Mario. I saw Mario
It is
posted
Mario.
the other day. He's in the shop working hard.
Yep, he is.
So we're excited about that. Larista Trusts, I love you all. Hope you all have a great day. I'm already having a great day. It's even better when I get to cut John off. Favorite strings for a Rosewood Dreadnought, Johnny?
All right, so I have, this has all been my opinion stuff today. I have a little bit different opinion on this. I don't usually try to suit certain strings with certain guitars. I have favorite strings that I like to use, and that gives me a good base to base my guitar purchases on instead of trying to tailor my tone by using strings. I more prefer to have the strings be standardized and base my guitar purchases
I
on
can see the
different
alternative,
tones.
though.
I
There's
do
something
see
you
the
want
other.
to tweak a little bit extra on
I'm
the
not
guitar and
saying
get a
it
little
was
bit more out
wrong.
of.
I'm not saying it was
saying-
wrong.
I'm
I'm just saying
standing
that's
up.
how I do it. So I have two favorite strings. So what I would, to answer your question, here's my two favorite strings. I play GHS Americanas. That's my favorite tonal string out of all. If I want something that lasts a little bit longer, I love the XS Phosphor Bronze in medium. What I would prefer you give me for a question is, what is it you're trying to bring out of your guitar that you're not hearing in the current string you have? And then I can help you find a string that might work better. So one, what string are you using right now? And what is it that you would like it to do that it isn't doing right now? And that would help me find a string that I know will kind of go more that direction. I agree. You're right, Jason. There is nothing wrong with doing it that way. It's just not the way I have done it. I have made my my neutral be the string itself.
There you go. I'm not arguing with that. Alex wants to know how my plan for shortening these broadcasts is going. Splendid.
I wish you had camera on when you said that. That was awesome. The face.
Jamie said hilly tater. I don't know what that was from earlier. Casey now wants the E1 special.
I don't blame her. This is an
She's
incredible
asking how
guitar.
much. If you have to ask Casey.
No, this guitar is super affordable. $779. Seriously, $779. Lifetime warranty. A very thick, heavy padded gig bag. Bone nut and saddle. These are probably one of the greatest values out there because they've just. I mean, look at this. Look at that one more time. Beautiful. This particular one, I love these shoulders.
Oh, we got Ray on here, guys.
Ray.
It's it's very nice. I'm gonna take back what I said about that person that hated me the other day. I believe this is who that is. Ray Elgert. She says, she wrote that comment. By the way, I'm a woman using my husband's YouTube account. She says, I'm being very nice and is much better of a show. Hi, John. You're great. I appreciate that.
I still want everybody to like that.
I'm
other
not
comment.
being nicer, but if it works for you.
It was great.
No, thanks for commenting.
No, we did. We generally do.
I never
we
get
listen
hurt.
to all you guys.
We have fun and
we try to have fun. Exactly right. If you think these are rude comments, you ought to see our conversations when we are not on camera.
David's asking, did his E4000 ship today?
I
not
believe
sure.
it did.
I
Actually,
think it did. I
I
don't know
saw
why
it was
I
in the shop early this morning. So I think if it didn't go out today, it's going out
There's
tomorrow.
no reason it wouldn't have. We got somebody asking, do you guys still keep Gallagher guitars in stock?
We
Yes.
absolutely do. We have a
three,
killer,
right?
4, I believe.
4.
I believe there's 4.
and
I'm going
more
to put
on
this
the
guitar
way.
away while Trent's looking them over. I know we have the walnut one. We have a Josh Wrinkle model in stock right now. We have a bluegrass bell in stock and a G70 with an Adirondack spruce top. That's my 4. Is there 5? There might even be 5. I don't know.
He's showing us right now.
Trent, am I wrong? I'm going to come over here and count while you're looking over. You got 3. All right, we're missing the bluegrass bell. So there's 4, wherever that one is. It's somewhere around here. Maybe it's next door. Maybe we were using it for filming or shop. I guess we have 4 right now.
Hey,
That's what it
John,
looks like.
we don't have the
Nope, it's
Luthier
right here.
series right
There's
now,
4.
right?
We have one Luthier series
Okay,
in, and
an
it's in
OM?
an OM. But I do have
John is
LOOs
asking if you
on
could
their
show
way.
it off or play it
Okay.
and strum it.
Yeah,
Whatnot.
I can do that. We do have an LOO Luthier series coming in. This is the Luthier series. Now this adds a higher grade of quilted sapele.
Hey,
And it
Carol,
also
how you
has
doing?
rosewood wood bindings, purfling. Does have a European spruce top on this, as well as the tone port, and these are great. This is the only one I have of this too, right now in the Luthier series.
I think I'm going to start a new segment in this live stream where I go to a different room and turn on my camera and they have to guess where I am. Hint, it's going to be the bathroom.
Now you guys should be able to hear, especially with the where my mic is located, the difference in the tone port. It really does give a lot more depth to the low end for the listener.
We got Carol on the stream now, John. She joined us. Better late than never.
Who's that?
Carol.
Good to see you, Carol.
I like this. Donald Curtis says Chapman family holiday dinners. Bet those are worth writing memoirs about. To be honest with you, we don't get together on the holidays because we don't want to see each other.
When I get out of here, it's you know what? These guys actually got me to watch the Super Bowl with them. I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I complained.
No,
the whole
honestly,
time.
I called Dad, and we had plans with Dad and Jeremy because I knew John would never come over. And Dad's like, "Oh, I talked to John, and he said you guys never invited him, but he might come." You know, he figured he might come over for a while, so I had to call you.
So then Dad
And
calls
invite
me. He
you.
says, "I know you're not going to want to go over there because I got my own TV and all that
Dad's
stuff."
playing matchmaker.
And he goes, "But they're always mad at you because you never come over."
No, I knew better than invite you because you said, "I will not watch a football game with you." I said, "All
You
right."
do not watch a Chiefs game in a Bronco fan's house. That is just a rule that I've all learned.
All right. We got Alex asking a question here that's actually important rather than
This is what I would do if I had a tone port. I would always put my finger right in
I
here.
do like Trent did and put your keys in there. Alex is asking, how's the Luthier series stack up against the Larrivee OM40?
Larrivee OM40. Do we have a Larrivee OM40 right now?
I might be asking in general.
I would say, again, from my memory of those, you guys know I have a little bit of, I'm not as big a fan of satin finish guitars, especially the super light based ones. So in my opinion, I would stack this above the 40 series from them because I'm just not a big fan of that satin finish. A little bit too woody, too much openness, not as much distinct definition to the notes. So I love the tone port. If I were making the choice, this would be my choice, and mainly for the finish reasons. But on top of that, cosmetically, I just think this is a much more beautiful guitar.
Yeah, I think they're choosing better quality, at least prettier woods than
Absolutely.
your standard.
But you also get the Larrivee American-made guitar, so let's not discount that. America First is a real thing, and we need to, make sure that Made in America does show and hold its value as well. There is value to that.
I think Jamie's trying to tell a lie here. He said he should have gave you his Super Bowl tickets. He went all the way to Vegas and didn't even go to the game. I think he's
He did, though, what he did have, he had box seats. And he goes, I talked to him, and he goes, he was in the box for playoffs. For the playoffs.
And he didn't
And
invite you?
he goes, I don't even like football.
Oh,
I don't even like football. And he went to a Chiefs playoff
if
game
I was a Chiefs game,
in a
if I was at a
box.
Chiefs game, I wouldn't have liked football either.
Made me so mad.
All right.
All right, not talking to you anymore, Jamie. It's over.
He's lied. He said that. I'm kidding.
But
He did
do
get
the-
box seats at
he
Chiefs
did
game
go
and
to-
didn't care
yes,
one
I
bit
know.
about them.
Made me mad.
He posted that.
I know.
Anyway, well, I think we're slowing down
We are.
here. I think we're winding down. I'm tired and I want to go home.
Anybody can think of anything else that came in stock, fellas?
They're doing
They're
real
doing
work
their
here.
own talk right now. Blue chips came in today. Blue chips will be hitting the website very shortly. What else did you take photos of, Trent, that I didn't talk about? Mandolins, we had all those Bourgeois mandolins. New Guitar Thursday is becoming less now that you're hosting it, of me getting to show off
I'm just
stuff
trying to give the people
and
what they're
more
asking for.
answering questions.
More me.
We got to hear how much everybody wants to see Jason. More of him.
I feel like a kid with a mirror.
I'm so glad you're doing that. I'm just so glad you're doing that.
Elliot Capos. Yeah,
Elliot
Carol's
Capos
asking
are
about
coming
those.
in. Yeah.
What did we get in?
We haven't got them in yet, but they said they're going to be shipping McKinney's very,
Oh,
very
Jamie's
shortly.
asking. He asked this earlier, and I forgot to get to it because he has so many comments. Is that slot head Atkin gone? That's still there, isn't it?
No. Yes, the 12 fret is gone.
Oh, it is.
It is. But I was told that there is a rosewood one that I have built. So it's a D37 12 fret slot head. Yeah, that sold like 2 days after we got it in. It should be really, really nice.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
Yep, I'm out.
Goodbye, everybody. Love you.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, John.
See you next time, everybody. No, stick with us. If you haven't hit that like or subscribe, please do so because it does help out the channel. We will be back again on Tuesday, if not Monday for
Watch the
new
channel
stuff.
this weekend. There's a very cool video that me
There
and Hinkley were
is.
finishing up right now.
There is a very, very special
Saturday
video.
the songs come, or Friday's
this-
songs coming
Is
up, and
this-
Sunday is coming
Is
out.
this the special guitar?
It is the special guitar.
Okay, so Jamie, really watch this one. You know what's coming. You know.
You know, you were there.
You know. Anyway, it's
excited.
very, very cool. I think this one is going to
Share it
be
with your friends.
one of the team's finest ones. Yeah, got Richard.
It's just got cool content. I
It's
don't know
just
about
cool.
the best
I'm not going to say
video we've
anymore.
done.
Not saying anymore.
All right.
Be ready for
Thanks. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye.